back to my channel. So today we're going to do the eyeshadow palette tag. I got the idea to do this from Sarah Jo Makeup. Love her channel. I'll link her down below. So without too much ado, let's just get right into it. So the first question is show your newest palette, which would be Physicians Formula Rosé All Play, which I actually showed in my full face of drugstore first impressions. It's actually really pretty. I'm obsessed with this like mauve shade, and I think it's kind of supposed to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty Nude. It's got the same kind of marbled shimmer shades, which like look really kind of wet. It's actually really pretty. So I would say, yeah, this is my newest palette, and I'm really into the rosy mauve tones in here. So pretty for spring. I like it for sure. Next is show your oldest palette, which hands down would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance, which I think everyone has in their collection most likely. It's kind of what got me into makeup. Well, to be honest, my first eyeshadow palette, I decluttered it because it's not that good. It was the Morphe 35 something. I don't know, I got rid of it because I wasn't crazy about it, but this was the first eyeshadow palette I think I had that I really got into eyeshadows, and I just fell in love with it, and I felt so inspired by all like the rosy tones. I still love this palette. I don't use it as much because now my collection has greatly expanded, but I still think it's an amazing palette, and I think this was probably a lot of people's first palette that got them into eyeshadow. It's a classic, and every person needs it in their kit. What's your most expensive palette? I'd probably have to say the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals, because with shipping and everything it worked out to like $80 Canadian or something. But yeah, this is what it looks like if you haven't seen it. It's got different kind of things here. It goes by formula. So you have matte, sequin, metallic, glitter. I do like it. I honestly, that's the glitters that got me because I love glitter, and these are pressed glitter that don't move or fall, which is kind of unheard of. However, the colors within itself, like, I don't know, it could have been a little bit better. Like this orange is way too orange, this purple, I'm not really into purples, but the formula is really good, but just the color story, I wish you actually would have made a true neutral palette, because in what world is this neutral? Or this is not neutral. These are, to me, this is a warm toned palette, you know what I mean? So I wish she would have really kept it into the more neutral color story, but the formula is amazing, and I probably won't really, well, yeah, maybe this one, but the purples I already tried in my first impressions of it. Does not look good. This orange is way too orange on me, but other than that, the formula is really great, especially this color, which I would say is my favorite. It's probably similar to the bluish color I'm wearing today. Your most affordable palette, I would have to say probably this, which is called the Aromas by You Can Be. I don't know, I got this off Amazon, it was like $10 or something, just over 10 bucks. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty New Nude palette, and I do like it. I mean, it's really cheap, I guess, but like, yeah, I like it enough. Like the shimmer shades are pretty good. Like this one, you can see, is really pretty. It's like so pretty. It's like the mattes are a little purpley for my liking, if that makes sense. I don't know if that is exactly to what the Huda New Nude palette is, in which case it's good I didn't spend the money on it. But yeah, I do like this. show your everyday palette. I mean, I have so many palettes and I usually just wear the ones that like match my mood for the day, but I would say my like what I've been into the most lately is this iconic London Day to Slay eyeshadow palette. I'll show you there. Focus. Focus. The colors are so pretty and it just blends so effortlessly. This is perfect for like a natural looks or soft glam looks because the mattes blend just like so amazing. The shimmers are shimmery, like, but they're, I don't know how to describe it. It's like more of a mature shimmer where it's not so obnoxious that you can't wear it to the office or something. So it's a really great day-to-day palette where you're still gonna look fat. It's almost like it's a good soft glam palette, if you will, where you're still gonna look fabulous, you're still gonna look great, but it's not gonna be overdone. So this would be, I would say, a great day-to-day palette where you can, you know, wear it to the office and it's not gonna be too much. So this palette has been great. All the colors are pretty neutral. Some lean a little bit warmer, but once you put them on the eye, they're not obnoxiously warm because I'm kind of over the overly warm shadow look. So yeah, this one has been my favorite recently. So what is your most colorful palette? I would have to say, without a doubt, it would be my Morphe Picasso palette, which I believe is a dupe for, oh my god, for the Viseart something palette. Which, I don't know, honestly, I don't really do rainbow colorful looks, so I have barely used it, but the pigment is pretty good, to be honest. It's a little chalky, but I mean, for how often I use like colorful colors, it's, I don't know, it's fine. I haven't really noticed, to be honest. But yeah, this is my most colorful palette. And at least I know that I have it, so, you know, if an emergency, I don't know what that would ever be, but if it ever happened, I know that I have this. I don't have too much experience with it, so I can't say if it's worth it or not, but it was quite cheap. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not into rainbows, so this palette for me is probably enough. My smallest palette. Honestly, smallest palette, hate to say the same thing again, but probably this palette, to be honest. This would be my smallest palette, I would say. I have decluttered quite a lot of palettes, but as of now, this would be my smallest, I would say. Next question is show your biggest palette. And I'd have to say probably the Jaclyn Hill Artistry palette, volume 2. Because yeah, it's quite big. I think it's even bigger than the original. I don't know, could be lying. But yeah, it's quite big. I've only used this a couple times, and I don't know, again, color's not my forte. I did use it more recently, and I used like more of the orangey colors, and I did like how that turned out actually. So with summer coming up, you never know, but yeah. I'm not crazy about the shimmers in this palette though. They're pressed a little too hard. Even with your finger, you really have to dig in there to get any kind of color payoff. So yeah, personally, the shimmers are not, I would say even the first palette she did, the shimmers were better. The mattes are pretty good though, from what I can see. But again, you can even see I have not really used it too much. Because I think this came out around Christmas time or something, which nobody's, well, some people love brights all the time, but for me personally, I was not vibing with these types of colors around Christmas. But with the warmer weather coming around, you never know. Show your palette with the best memory. Not to, I hate to keep using the same palette, but I would say probably the best memory would be this palette because, again, like I said earlier, it was my first palette that really got me into liking eyeshadow. So I would say out of any palette that I have, this would be the most sentimental attachments that I have. I don't really ever plan on getting rid of this just because it spawned my love of eyeshadow. Definitely eyeshadow is my favorite part of makeup. It's the part where I feel I can most creatively express myself, and this was the start of that, and also my love of Anastasia eyeshadow formula. So next question is, a palette worth the hype? I guess the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, the first one. I wanted to really not like it and just be like eh, but it is actually really good. The shimmers are good, the mattes are good. It's pretty wearable. It's like, by today's standards now, the colors are pulling a little too warm than what I would like, but the formula is good. It's buildable. You just can't really go wrong with it. And the shimmers are actually really good. I wish she would have stuck to this. I understand she's trying to do more of wet look shimmers, but I don't know. She should have done some shimmers in this original formula, I feel like. These colors are great. Orange is highlight. There's so many transition shades. This has been a staple in everyone's makeup kit. It's just good, man. I wanted to not like it, but you can't help but like it. Palette not worth the hype. I don't fall in too much into palette hype, but from what I can tell, I feel like back in the day when this came out, it was hyped. I could be wrong, but this is a Kat Von D Lolita palette. Back in the day when this came out, I feel like Lolita was really popular, you know, that was her big shade and people were going crazy for it. I could be wrong, but I have to say this palette sucks. The mattes are just super patchy. They don't want to blend out properly. It's just drugstore quality at insane prices. So this palette sucks. If you don't have it and you're interested in buying it, probably not, but don't get it. This palette ain't it. Next question is, show your favorite palette from your favorite brand. Bold. Where's my Mario palette? Shit, did someone steal that? I would have said the Mario palette with Kim Kardashian. No, so I'm nothing to do with Kim Kardashian. Mario palette for Anastasia. I'm looking around and I can't find it. I don't know if someone stole it or what, because I would have never given it away because it's a limited edition, but I can't seem to find it. So yeah, I really hope no one stole that because that's a limited edition, bitch. My most used palette. I guess, again, probably this, because it's got the most pan. I think it's the only palette I have where multiple shades have hit pan. But yeah, that's I guess that's it. So now I'm tripping out. I just came back from furiously looking through my other makeup and I couldn't find the Mario palette. Hopefully I'll find it. Otherwise, hopefully someone has got it for sale because I will be so upset. So yeah. So yeah, thanks so much for watching if you're still here. If you have a channel as well and you do this tag, please comment your video down below. I'd love to watch it. And thanks so much for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day and be safe. Thanks for watching.